hashtag Latin Grammys,
hashtag Moana Premiere,
hashtag NYE Seattle.
Jump on your social media, comment, like,
and I will see you online.
Hi everyone, I'm Brianna.
And I'm Jenny.
And we also have Christine and Daniel producing our webinar, and then we have all of you tuning in to our best practices of social TV Tagboard webinar.
And it's not just us talking to you, we want you to talk back through to it. So you can use the hashtag Tagboard webinar. And if you're watching this on tagboard.com, you should be able to see everyone participating in the conversation as well, just below this live stream.
We're so excited for our webinar. We have such an exciting conversation in store for you today. We're going to be hearing from Tina from the Golf Channel. We're also going to be hearing from Katie from Facebook, and then all of you are going to be chiming in here and there as well.
Yeah, we're super passionate about this topic. I mean, it's even how we met. Years ago, we were doing a social TV live show here in Seattle. It trended worldwide. We really felt the power, and now we are so excited to be part of an amazing team here at Tagboard, where we help to get technology to, amplify that worldwide with great partners. And speaking of great partners,
wonderful partners, we have Tina, our first special guest that is going to come on the show today.
Hi everyone.
How are you, Tina? Thanks for joining.
Good. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here and just grateful to share my expertise on Tagboard with others.
Yeah, we really appreciate you being on. Tina, we met, probably a year, if not longer ago. And we've really just been able to watch your journey. And you are really pushing along in this space and doing things that have never been done before. Snapchat, bringing Snapchat to broadcast. Live at the Olympics on Facebook Live and lots more things. What I love about you, Tina, is that you're not afraid to try anything first and to just lead the way in this space. So we're really excited to share you with all of you.
And I just want to go a little bit back in our history with Tina. She came here to our office with Regina, sat down, talked to us about the passion and just the viewers and how engaged they are for this network, just leading the way. So we're really excited to hear from you today.
Yeah, let's go ahead and start. Talk to us a little bit about what you're doing at the Golf Network to really have this 360-degree social experience that you're having there.
So from executing community management type posts on actual social platforms to bringing social into the broadcast, we're really trying to get our fans who are watching and tuning in to actively be part of our broadcast, whether it's in our show Morning Drive or watching the PGA Tour events. We're just trying to make sure that our fans have a full experience and, paying it off and making sure that, we're showcasing their content as well and not just talking to ourselves. And unfortunately, Betsy, who is our social hero at Golf Channel, couldn't be here for this webinar because she's actually in the truck in Austin, Texas, executing some social TV for us during the PGA Tour's Dell Match Play event. So I know she said she couldn't make this, but she's obviously very happy. And that's kind of, what happened with us at Golf Channel is, we took a leap and wanted to integrate more social on air. And, it kind of took off like wildfire with the success of Morning Drive and Betsy producing for us in a social aspect and having social strategy in mind. We've just seen such a huge lift in our engagement with our fans that now all of our producers and, the producer for our PGA Tour telecast from NBC Sports, Tommy Roy, he's won multiple Emmys. And everybody was like, there's no way you're ever going to get social in the broadcast. And sure enough, he came to us and was like, I love what you guys are doing. And I want to do that. I want to bring that in. So we truly are capturing everything from what we're pushing out on social to engaging with fans to bringing it into the actual broadcast. So, and it's been great. It's been awesome. And our fans absolutely love it.
And when you say that, what type of results are you seeing? I know that we all get asked, how does this affect? Do you have any hard results you can talk about right now?
Yeah. So one result off the top of my head was during our World Long Drive Championships, when we gave the call to action to our fans to join the conversation using hashtag World Long Drive, we immediately saw a spike in tweets per minute. So And then we're able to like dive deep and see, did we see a lift in viewership? And 9 times out of 10, we do see a slight lift in viewership when we are actively getting our fans to engage and bring that social aspect in. A lot of people want to see their tweets on air and their content on air, and we try and pay it off as much as we can. But it obviously it pays us off because we get obviously the engagement and the viewership lift.
Those are amazing results. A little bit earlier, you were talking about how your producers, so Betsy, is really changing the space for you over at the Golf Network. And just talk to us a little bit more about what you personally are noticing when it comes to your producers and your directors, and how maybe they are shifting a little bit to be more accepting of this social TV space that we're moving into.
I mean, the truth of the matter is, like, you have to evolve because social is evolving, and social is just becoming such a place where you actually consume content now. It's not just, a marketing platform anymore. It's truly a production platform. And we're starting to see that all of our producers are noticing that, and they see the results. And, what was at first kind of an awkward conversation, like we would like to integrate social, during the show, is now like, oh, that's not even a question. It's just something that we're doing. And, it's kind of like, it's a given that anytime we have a new show or have a bigger event that we own, we're going to make it even bigger with bringing social on the broadcast. So it's been great. It's been very well received. And obviously, Betsy has been a fantastic producer for us. And, working alongside the team with Morning Drive, it was just such a great way for us to kind of, I wouldn't say we dipped our toes in. I would say we kind of like cannonballed right in, and we just got right to it. And it's been great ever since. And like I said, it's been like wildfire. Like we every day there's somebody else saying, like, how do we integrate this on air? And we have so many things happening that we're starting to realize we might actually have to start expanding our team, which is a good thing. It's a really good problem to have.
That's great. And do you have some favorite examples of social TV?
So one of my favorite examples was when we actually, brought Tagboard on air for the first time. I remember being in my hotel room. I was at Ryder Cup and, flipping on the TV, and I was like, ready for Morning Drive to start at 7 a.m. And sure enough, right within the first 5 minutes, Lauren Thompson, LT, our on-air host for Morning Drive, was in front of the screen, and Tagboard was up behind her, and we were rolling. And from there, we just haven't stopped. And, a lot of people come up to me and they're like, I don't even know what we did before we had Tagboard. It was so hard. And the truth of the matter is, it was so difficult. You had to have a graphics operator and just people, all hands on deck to push one tweet onto air. And now it's just with like a couple clicks, we're there. And I know Betsy, she has a ton of examples as well, but really for her, I think one of her favorite examples is when she brought on, if fans post, they were talking about golf attire, and this fan had some red pants on, and Damon Hack, one of our other on-air talent, had red pants on. So he was talking like directly to the fan. And that's the big thing, is you really have to pay it off for the fans. You can't just continue to talk to yourselves. You have to make sure that the fans feel engaged too. And I think we do a really good job of that.
Yeah, those are all really great examples. And I'm remembering another time I was watching it online and watching your broadcast. And I saw that, you guys had brought in a viewer's social post, and then they saw their own post on your broadcast. And then they responded again and said, oh my gosh, I just saw my social post on your broadcast. And I thought that was such a great moment.
It is. And that was, the big thing with it is we really feel fulfilled when our fans are taking pictures of their tweets on air. It's just kind of part of the experience. And, not even just tweets. I keep referring to just bringing tweets on air, but, we know our viewers are older. Our median demographic tends to be with viewership like in, late 50s, 60s. And so we've been able to incorporate Facebook so easily with Tagboard that now those fans who otherwise felt like, I don't want to get on Twitter, they're now actively engaged, and we're, sending out similar questions each day to them and integrating their responses on air. And it's been fantastic.
Yeah, that's amazing. So you kind of just talked to me a little bit about, we'll send a question out on Facebook. I have a follow-up question for that. Talk to us a little bit about kind of what your morning day is like, or you're planning for a tournament. Kind of what are the steps you take? Do you start with a social post call to action on Facebook, and then, then what do you do? Just talk to us a little bit about that.
So the way that I can best describe how we're doing it is with Betsy's role with Morning Drive is she attends those pre-planning meetings, and let's say the hot topic that day is the Dell match play, for instance, this week, and who do we think is going to be the first eliminated? So then she'll probably go back, start to look through content of what's going on around the tournament, as well as send out a question to our fans. Today, we're talking about all things Dell match play, and we want to hear from you. Who do you think will be the first big name to be eliminated? And kind of leave it open-ended. There was one example that we did actually when Tiger Woods withdrew from an event, and it was like fill in the blank. And our fans on Facebook just kind of went to town. But we'll do that on Facebook, and then we'll do something very similar on Twitter. And then we're able to kind of like make sure that all fans from all areas are able to. And if we're asking for, show us your favorite golf course, then we can bring in Instagram. So definitely giving that call to action, like the responses come in after the show too. So it's a great thing to have, just all of this content from the fans, and, just making sure that you're building that brand advocacy with your own viewers. It's huge.
And I know that your history too, you were a golfer, so you're obviously passionate about the viewers and the people that care about this topic too. But tell us, why are you so passionate about social TV? We see it with you talking, but what's the story there? Yeah,
I just think that, there's so much that happens when you watch just regular TV. So even just as a user, as a non-golfer, if I'm watching a show that has social brought in, I'm normally on my phone anyway, watching TV or on my iPad. So it makes sense to try and it's on every platform that you can. So that's why we are active on all of the social platforms, making sure that we're tying it into the broadcast and then paying it off. I just think that it's so important to have social TV because, as I said, like social media, with Facebook and all of the things that are happening, like you're consuming content now on social. It's not just a marketing platform anymore. It really is like a content hub. And to be able to bring that content and bring it into your broadcast sometimes can actually tell a better story than what you might have had without it. So I'm a huge proponent for social TV. And obviously you guys know how much I love Tagboard. Because it's just made our lives so simple, and just, being able to give that added value to our fans and paying it all off by maybe just, highlighting one of their tweets or just mentioning their name. We see you, Jane Smith, with your opinions on Twitter, and making them feel special, making them feel like they truly feel like then they have a connection with those hosts and with our network.
We totally feel it as well. One last question for you. This has all been so great. I don't want to wrap it up yet, but we'll go ahead. One last question. What are your hopes for the future when it comes to this space?
I mean, I think there's so much that can be done. And I know that there's already like advances within Tagboard. We just haven't even had a chance to try yet. For me, it would be like, doing more Facebook Lives and bringing that genuinely into the broadcast, and doing more hashtag battles where fans vote on certain things that our hosts are going to do, or certain things that might reward them with a giveaway. So I would just love to see more and more social in every show. And obviously we're starting to get that way, which is a great thing. And I think it just shows that, we're going to start to reach that younger audience that we need to be our fans, to be our viewers by integrating social more and more often.
Thank you so much, Tina, for joining us. I know you're around and keep watching. Those were great points. I mean, even talking about marketing, it's not just marketing anymore. It's all about content too. So powerful. And then just being in touch with the viewer as well. I do want to just say hello to a few people that have been tweeting.
Yes.
So we have Americo. He agrees. He says
the photo in the newspaper. This is showing tweets, Instagram photos on air is the new photo in the newspaper. Why ignore it?
Yeah.
So true. Thanks so much for that. Hi, Mauricio from Univision. Checking in. Yvonne, Tegna, and King. Hello to all of you that are using that hashtag Tagboard webinar.
So excited to see everybody online. I hope all of you are tuning in and continue to use that hashtag Tagboard webinar. We are going to go ahead and start getting wrapped up here and moving on over to Tina, or to Katie. We already talked to Tina. And so just, really we've already talked a lot about bringing social into broadcast, and really we can't have social TV without having our social networks and our source partners.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and bring Katie up.
And Katie is the Media Solutions Program Lead at Facebook. And just to explain our relationship, we've known Katie for several years. We actually want to innovate and move the industry forward, very passionate about the news industry. And Katie has been around so many people in this industry. She came from ESPN and that area as well. So Katie, thanks so much for being here with us.
Absolutely. And yeah, just on that note, I can completely relate to everything Tina was talking about. It was a lot of what I worked on at ESPN and I'm still really passionate about. So, and yay for Facebook Live, work it in there, Tina.
So good. So let's get to Facebook and Facebook Live. Do you have best practices when it comes to incorporating Facebook into broadcasts and digital properties?
Oh boy, do we ever have best practices. So just a little bit of background. We really rolled out Facebook Live at F8 last year, which we're almost back around to F8 again. So we've had about a year. And
doesn't it?
One of the great things about Facebook is we move really fast and roll things out. And then I think a lot of our learnings came after that phase. So we brought Facebook out, and I think we took a step and a breath for stability. We realized that some of the most important things to consider, yes, your creative and your storyline, but stability of your stream is probably, as you guys are doing this right now, one of the most important things. So my first best practices on the technical side are really around connection. So not be on against Wi-Fi at a really large scale event. Be considerate a live video production and take all the precautions that you would for any other video production. So that's sort of number one. And we have little tips like if you're going to be streaming off your phone, and put it in airplane mode because you won't get pop-ups and alerts coming in all the time. One of the things, and we talk about this a little bit when we talk about use cases, one of the things that we've really found makes Facebook Live stand out is the comment interaction. So just kind of like this stream and going back to the hashtag and answering questions, it's really, what's really moving people is when the creative content interacts and takes account of what your comment stream is saying. So not just broadcasting blindly onto the platform, but taking a pause and working your audience into it.
I love that. Those are all really great best practices. So you talked a little bit about, this past year and what some great things have been and best practices. Talk to us a little bit about some of the lessons that you have learned over this past year when it comes to Facebook.
Absolutely. I'd say that one of the biggest things is making sure that you have a dedicated production team and that you're treating this as an aspect of your creative content. On the creative side, I'd say the best is, sorry, I'm hearing my own echo here a little bit. On the creative side, it's really important to make sure that live makes sense in the story. So starting with we want to use Facebook Live kind of isn't a concept. Starting with what you're trying to do and who you're trying to reach makes it really easy to see how Facebook Live can work into the larger picture. And then always be thinking about what's unique to the platform itself. What can you do with your audience and go back and forth that makes your Facebook Live work better than any other platform.
Great. And do you have any favorite use cases?
Yeah, and they all kind of tell me what I'm talking about. We had, for example, this isn't even a big brand or business, but we had an early adopter, this woman, tattoo artist. I think she was in Vegas, and she would literally take requests. So she had volunteers that wanted to get tattoos, and she used her comment stream to crowdsource tattooing, if you can believe that. On a lesser scale than that, Tastemade has customized cappuccinos based on the comments that come in. So you can kind of see where we're going with that. I want to say there was one of our streaming partners, Groovy Gecko, brought this to my attention, but there was a British TV did a murder mystery where it was a live murder mystery, and the clues were rolled out, and then comments and kind of voting through comments, it became like choose your own adventure. Right. I think there's so much more to do with that interaction, and then actually working your creative around the responses that you get.
Yeah, we are really noticing a lot of our broadcasters wanting to go on Facebook Live and keep all of the conversation there in Facebook Live and have people participate in the comments, participate in watching. They're not wanting to send, their viewers to other places. Do you have any more tips around that and what you've seen be really successful to help with that?
We're seeing both. We're seeing the use of Facebook because most people do have their phone in their hand and already have a Facebook account. It becomes a way to really, when something happens in the world, and especially in news, a very easy way to be in the middle of the scene, no matter what kind of organization you have. And so we're seeing almost like the new stringers, right? So you've got people who are on location everywhere, and you can pick up a Facebook Live, but then pull it into a professional broadcast as an input or a source, or almost like a highlight. You can have a world at your fingertips that you can go to.
And so, Katie, what are you hoping to see in the future in this space? And we'll make this the last question because we have to respect everyone's time. We could keep talking to you forever, but really intrigued as to this one.
Well, it won't be a surprise after this conversation because it's the same theme. I can't wait to see more progression in how content creators are using real-time feedback to change the creative of their broadcast. So we see a lot of reactions, and that started out as like a still picture of people voting on it. We don't want that, but we want the idea and the kernel of that, being able to use our feedback and sentiment to drive a storyline forward. It's hard, but we have video producers that do that sort of thing all the time, and I think they're just primed in their position to do that.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for being on this webinar with us. I do want to let you know there's been some tweets about this saying treat Facebook like a normal video production.
Katie, yes, in capitals. Why put out a bad product on the world's largest platform? So just wonderful feedback there. Johan, watching this webinar, some great best practices being discussed here. So thank you so much for being a part of this, Katie.
Bye.
I'll see you at F8. Can't wait. Okay, so I do want to go to you now because you spend most of your day with all of these wonderful partners as well, from Tina at the Golf Channel, Univision, Telemundo, we have Tegna, ABC, I just could list them off, Fox. Yeah. What are you seeing in this space?
That's a great question. I'm seeing so many different things, but a big thing that we're really seeing right now is live video. So everything from Facebook Live to Snapchat to Periscope, Instagram stories, all of it. We're really seeing our viewers and our media partners wanting to be live in the moment. So they have their broadcast going on and they also want to be live in the moment. At the billboards, we even had an example where they were live on the stage and they also were filming on Facebook Live their audience just to bring that live element and make the entire show feel like everybody's a part of it and has that experience that they're feeling right there on the stage. The other thing that I've really noticed, and this is actually a recent thing that just happened, is we're actually bringing social to live billboards. So that is something that has been completely different. So we have a TV station in Philly, ABC there, and they came to us and said, we want to bring bring our viewers to the billboards. So not only while they're watching the broadcast, they're online on social, but we also want to have it on the billboards when people are driving around in the community. So that's been something that's been pretty new. And I think it's just more and more about how we can touch our viewers in all of these different spots. So, you know, obviously the broadcast, very traditional, touch our viewers there, go out to social and chat with our viewers there, in person, you know, having that experience as well. So I would say that those are like the big things that we're really seeing right now.
Yeah, and what I've been noticing being on the calls as we talk with people and we're all trying to be like, what's next? It used to be an outside in, and so people would sit on their couch and be watching, looking. We feel like there's a craving for an inside out. So for example, at Telemundo where they were Facebook living and the viewers at home could see their angle. Or with the spectacles now, like imagine being recruited and the person being recruited has spectacles on and the viewer can actually see from their point of view what it's like to be drafted for the first time ever. Like, it's about moments and getting the emotion and actually giving them that feel through content, and that's in real time what's so important. And I'm feeling like that is the next thing. It's inside out. That's where we're going versus outside in.
Yeah, I totally agree. I see that, you know, left and right with really bringing that experience there. And I mean, as a viewer myself, we're all viewers, right? We all watch our favorite shows and we love seeing those behind the scene moments or those little, you know, outcasts. And how can we continue to do that in new ways and show our viewers different experiences?
Yeah, I just want to read off some people that are watching as well. Sharon, she says, social TV humanizes your brand and story. So true. She also says, testing Facebook Live and Twitter live streams at wincom.net. So that'll be awesome to watch you guys do that. And that's what we encourage too. Test things out, try new things. We're all learning and on this journey together, and some of them fail and some of them don't. But when you hit on something, it's electrifying and you really see that engagement just go crazy too. Derry says, love the info, downloaded on Tagboard webinar today. Hey Derry.
Hi Derry.
How you doing? Yeah, and that anything that engages TV watchers is a win, especially traditional TV viewers. The mobile is for more than texting, it's for talking. So we have to all listen. So that was great from Davida. That's at News Goddess. I like your handle, Davida.
I like that too. There are so many more conversations that are coming in, and we hope that all of you were able to learn some things today on our webinar. Continue the conversation for sure by utilizing the hashtag Tagboard webinar, and we'll continue to monitor. And obviously you can reach out to us anytime. We also have another webinar coming up next week. It's on Tuesday. It's with our partner Snapchat as well as our sports industry leaders. Do you want to share anything with the Snapchat partnership? I know that we're gonna maybe like a little teaser. Next week it is, you know, Snapchat's gonna be on there, but I know that you've really been working closely with the Snapchat partner.
Yeah, we've just been doing Snapchat displays, out of network displays. So that would be live events and on broadcast as well. I know Tina from the Golf Channel, they were one of the first experimenting with that stuff too. So really just gonna talk about live. It's all about live, and we do have, you know, our sports partners on that too. So from the Saints, Doug and Alex, looking really forward to that as well. Want to just quickly thank Katie and thank Tina for being on this, and thank all of you for watching.
Yeah, thank you so much. Continue to join the conversation. Hashtag Tagboard webinar. Bye.
Bye.